How are you?
Hey, good you.
Very well, very well. And signage. Signage is such a big thing. And we're live on Facebook. Welcome to Morning Minutes with myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak. God, give me a sign. And this morning we're going to be talking about signage from small businesses to large businesses, what we think about signage, what businesses do signage well. And if you're a small business out there who may be renting a shop and you've just got, I don't know, just a little awning sign, what are one ways you can improve that? Why would you improve that? Because you've got to be seen. Mark, what's your thoughts on signage? Do you need it for one? Or is your business so good you don't need to let people know who you are? A lot of people have that mentality, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? I think you've got to look at repetition. When you're paying for advertising and you have to pay for every blow or every punch, it adds up to be expensive. When you've got advertising you can place once and it will automatically repeat itself, it is just a no-brainer. So I think as an industry, and lots of industries can enjoy this information, but I think as an industry, when you look at outdoor signage that we use, it's just great because it's so repetitious. And you pay for it once and it just keeps going.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of businesses rent shops on the main road, and a big part of why they do that is for the visibility of signage. And I feel a lot of people, and I understand a lot of it would be financially, reason financially why they may only do a minimal, but I think a lot of people, they allow the finances to be the excuse because they don't, I don't know, value it at probably as high as we would, or we believe they should. So you're thinking about it this way, you're renting a shop on the main road a lot, and you're paying, if you compare that to an office space in an office building with no exposure, no easy access, you're probably paying double or triple. So if you're going to be paying double or triple on the rent, you really want to pack that punch of people knowing that's you. And let's face it, just like signage for your property I feel is the equivalent of how you dress yourself. How your property is signed, clean, new, refreshed is the same. If you've got signage 30 years old, it's like you wearing dirty clothes. And I strongly believe that. What do you think, Mark? Good morning, Mark.
I reckon, look, a lot of people don't know about you, Michael, with your signage. And I just want to explain that. So, Michael, commercial agent on the Northern Beaches, revered,
yeah.
number one, and a lot of the guys on the Northern Beaches had been in the business for 40 or years, 30 years. You came along, we came along. One thing that I think really pulverized and dominated the competitors was how we treated signage. Yes. And just to let everyone know how we did that, so we looked at all of we looked at a location and we looked at it as an opportunity to grab and snap eyeballs. And when we took that opportunity on, we took it on basically to find prospective tenants, to find a prospective purchaser, and also while doing that, if we could get some branding along the way, well, that would be great. So where we uniquely and distinctly became different is we took over the whole window that was available. Council allowed it because it was a window display, but no agents used the display to display. So we started spending $200, $300, $400, and we started getting window wraps the size of 2 or 3 garage doors. So the size of 2 or 3 garage doors facing the main road, day after day after day, it made a big difference to business.
Well, because a lot of the mentality behind it was, if you look, especially when the paper was so strong. So one, you look at Pittwater Road, 60,000 cars go past that a day. And if you've got a property there for lease, like a lot of the time, to put in perspective, we were investing more in the signage for the property than the commission for leasing the property. And you may think to yourself, well, isn't that pretty dumb? No, because we looked at it this way. You got that property could be empty for 6 months. We get great branding on that for 6 months, 7 days a week, 60,000 cars. Do the maths there. Compared to what's another portal for advertisement. A lot of people were just doing it in the paper, and they would be spending $1,000 for their little ad within the 10 pages. So a lot of it gets blurred, and it's only there. Realistically, the paper only gets looked at on a Saturday. I reckon if you had a look at the visibility, Saturday, like it would be 50% visibility, and then Sunday, barely no one would look at it. Monday, it's gone, sort of thing. Like it just did not have the impact compared to a shop front signage every day. You miss it on Tuesday, you see it on Thursday. Miss it on Thursday, you see it on Saturday. Like it's there for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So the
client's got it for free.
Visual Launch is watching, who's done most of the signage.
They've done that. But the name of the game is to get stuff rented. It's not about enhancing our egos. It's to get it rented. And we were paying for signage. We pay for this enormous signage for clients to get their property rented, and they don't have to pay 1 red cent. But it's a joint venture. The joint venture is the company gets a bit of branding as well as the agent gets a bit of branding, and the big part of it, the property gets let, and it costs the client nothing. It's embarrassing how how the marketplace doesn't take outdoor signage, because we get stuck up in this digital world. We get stuck up with, how many CTR, how many clicks, how many impressions, how many views. Like, just because social media,
don't forget the basics. So you see a lot of in old school barbershops where they've got the spiral, they've got someone at the front door, like
the spiral in the barbershop's a classic one.
Yeah, that's signage. That's, what's there. And so a lot of our theory was with signage. So there may be an image of, let's say, me in the blue suit. If you're on the Northern Beaches, that rings a bell because I get it a lot. Now, a lot of the time that may be a third of the image, because just like myself in the blue suit, it's like a recognition, a logo, because you'll be able to recognize that rather than the text. People are driving past 40, 50, 60, 80 kilometers an hour. They don't have time to turn and read the headings and read the number. But by building in that brand, just like the barbers do with the spiral, then people know to call you and say, hey, I saw something on Pittwater Road. What is it, for lease or for sale? And that's where you're creating the brand within it. And that's where the benefit is. The shop owner gets that, the landowner gets that. But that's how businesses have to do it as well.
Okay, let me give you an example, guys and girls who are watching. And then what we're talking about today is signage. Any sort of signage, the importance of signage to business. The diamonds are under your nose and you just don't see it. Allow me to give you an example. I see tradies that are excellent at their job and have no signage on their trucks, vans, utes, whatever they have. And it's like, dude, you're going to be driving that thing for 5 years. You're going to do 250,000 kilometers around the area, generally local Northern Beaches, and you're not going to spend $2-3 grand on getting your brand out there. Mate, you must have a great business.
Yeah, and it's a free hit. It's just a recurring sort of signage. And now, another thing, if you're renting a shop and you've got the ability that it may be not a strata, like a freestanding, not as like paint the top of it. A lot of I think tenants have the opinion like, oh, it's not mine. I'm not painting the concrete above. Like a liquor paint, we just did one, which is quite a big building. You may have thought it would be like $1,500. We did it, and it was $1,500 to spray the concrete. So quite inexpensive, but to make it look clean, respectful. I tell you who do it really well: JB Hi-Fi and Total Tools. They will make the building their own.
Yep.
And the best part is,
that's right. People forget, because when you say make it your own, if you've got a 1 by 1 meter sign that says Novak and the sign's black, if you paint the whole building black, then you've got a 5 by 5 or a 10 by 10 signboard now. I know 1 by 1 is saying Novak, but now the whole brand is the whole building. And that works for so many eyeballs all day long.
It does. And the thing is, it's just that one-off payment basically, and it can be there for years. So the point of today, if you're just tuning in, the point of today's show is the importance of signage, making that first impression count, just like agents do wearing a suit at your open homes, putting your directionals out. It's a long-lasting impression. And if you're going to be paying for a prominent location, then let's do that extra investment. And I think the mentality, it's not my building. Well, for $1,500, and if you're going to be leasing it for 3 years, 10 years, like I just think that's bullshit, to be honest. Like, to have a building looking like graffiti on it at the top because it's not yours, well, people don't know that and people don't care. They look at the graffiti tag top of the property with your sign and they associate that with you. So I don't buy it. Any last words? We got 5 minutes to go. Try and keep these shows 15 minutes, short, sharp, and punchy.
Under 15. I think that's about it. But guys, I just think that, you really got to, when you're, it's marketing 101. A lot of people ask me about marketing because they know we've smashed it the last 10 years with marketing. But marketing 101, guys, you've got to remember, if you are paying for each impression, it is going to add up to a fortune. Look for marketing where you set and forget. Look for marketing that you do once and you will not have to put your hand in the pocket for a very, 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 very long time. And that sort of stuff out there, like let's think out of the circle a little bit. Window advertising on a car, whether it's the back windscreen of the car, whether you are wrapping the car, that is massive advertising. You pay once and you're not paying for repetition. But bus shelters, you pay once and you are not paying for repetition, maybe for 6 or 12 months. But you got to look for stuff like agents put the spikes on every street corner. Why? Because it's bloody cheap to get out there, and it just keeps working for them all time. Signage for lease or for sale. Like, it's great marketing. Window wrapping of commercial properties, it's great marketing, but you've got to look at outside your industry. Have a look around and just see what you can do that is going to be set and forget marketing. Balloons for marketing. You see with your retailers, JB Hi-Fi, they do some
spike flags, just anything that catches eyeballs. And a big thing is, you don't need to be where your signage is. So a big thing that we recognized, I always thought, like, do you see Coles and Woolworths marketing and Coke and Pepsi? It doesn't mean there is a shop there. They've just got it there. So even if there's a very prominent location driving on the main road with a big blank wall, and you know that owner, ask if you can put signage there. Say you're an accountant. Say you've got a shop down the road. Your signage, pay them. Your signage does not need to be where your property is or your signage is. I'm just fat. Like, I look at the residential model. You put a sign out the front of the house, which is great, but maybe expand that thought. Is there another place you could put that signage and still grab eyeballs, just like if you're a business owner in there? I think we need to go back to the basics.
Guerrilla marketing is always great, and go guerrilla. Like, even sticking stickers.
Yes.
Do you remember, like, today, Triple M and a lot of the radio companies used to put stickers on back of cars, and they used to give them a shout out and a prize. Talk about terrific advertising. If you have some sort of stickers in your business that you can give to your tribe or your people of your business, whether you're a surf company or a skateboard company or a real estate company or whatever, like, if it's a cool brand, people will actually use that sticker and stick it on stuff that matters. That's sort of guerrilla marketing.
Everyone gets it. Signage, think. Alrighty. That's a wrap. Want to thank everyone. Adam Alessio, it's always great having you guys on. Any questions, comments, hit us up. We'll have our Monday night rant at 8 o'clock with someone.
Tonight we got Steve Carroll on. Steve Carroll is one of the most powerful digital leaders in Australia. He was formerly head of the digital division of realestate.com.au. He understands Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn intimately, but most importantly, understands the patterns of people and the way that the direction the market is going. So I'd love everyone to watch. Check it out. 8 o'clock tonight, Steve Carroll.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
See you guys.